Hi guys, it's me again, Jennifer Montgomery. It is April 13th, I think. Yeah, April 13th, 2020. Still in the midst of the pandemic. So, I'm in quarantine still. Oh, surprise! So yeah, making the best of it. So I'm excited because I came up with some creative ideas to change the scenery when I'm speaking. I was getting a little bored of the same space I was sitting in and speaking from. So I don't know, I was brainstorming and I got this fancy idea. It's so funny actually. You can't see where the camera, where the holder is mounted. But I took it out of my car, the thingy for the windshield, because I really don't use it. I haven't been traveling much, obviously. So I suction cupped it to the to the glass door. It's so creative, and I'm I don't know, I'm just really proud of it. So anyway, I want to talk about light working and what it looks like and what it could feel like for some people that feel like they have a mission or a purpose, but it can be met with resistance. So I'm a truth teller. I could say I'm a messenger, perhaps. I get, like I've said before, I'm a claircognizant empath, so I will just get information. I know shit. I don't know why I know shit. It'll just come to me. And then also sometimes it'll come to me in the form of people, through conversation. So because my work is very social, I talk with people, and that's first how I learn. It's how I connect, but then it's also how I get messages. So all those things combined, I sift and I sort through information, and then I might remember something somebody said to me, and I'm like, oh, it's almost like a light bulb goes off. So then when that happens, I will then look things up or look for information that may validate that, because when I get that feeling, it's a knowing. So someone might say something to me, and it may seem very, very minor to the average person, but to me, I'm like, that meant something. That was a message, but I don't know how to put it all together, perhaps at that time. So then when things start to come together, for instance, now is a perfect example, just what's going on globally with the pandemic and collectively. So I'm able to look at situations and circumstances from a 3D perspective, because that's what we're in. We're in the 3D world in the human body. However, I'm also aware of shifts and fluctuations taking place on a cosmic level. And because I'm so spiritual, I can understand things from that perspective as well. So it can get a little tricky sometimes, because I don't want to stay constantly in the higher realm, because I have to be grounded enough to live as a human being on the earth, but I don't want to entertain all that 3D level bullshit. So I feel as though part of my purpose is to spread light in a very direct, I don't know, I'm going to say direct way, in a I don't want to say soft, because I don't know if it's soft, but it's direct. It's not pushy. I don't want to say I don't care either way, but I kind of don't care either way. It's just that when I get these pieces of information, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how can people not see this? How can you not connect the dots? How do you not see? Open your eyes, wake up, turn off your TV. When I say turn off your TV, I mean turn off your TV. do your research, look beyond the surface, because there's a whole plethora of information. This didn't just happen like poof, we're in a pandemic. No, it didn't go like that. And if people think it was just like haphazardly happened, then you need to wake up. That's not reality. That's not how this happened. This wasn't just like, oh, oopsie, coronavirus, COVID-19, da 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 da. This was orchestrated. And I'm not saying a particular person or not. I don't want to go there. But if you look at predictions cosmically, this has been in the works. A global awakening has been in the works. So whether we could say it was, oh, a pandemic's going to happen, something big was bound to happen. So in my cognizance of that and being aware of that based on the events of my life since 2012, and that's when people started waking up, that's when I started realizing certain gifts I have on a energetic level, just as far as empathy and claircognizance, like just things started happening to me and I started shifting. I was waking up. It's called awakening. And there's truths that were there that were really not something I wanted to see. But at that time, the universe was saying, you're ready to see this. So I could ascend to the next level. And where I'm at now, I feel as though I'm in a place that I'm intending to shine light. I'm intending to help. So I realize for some people, they want to stay stuck in that narrative of what you're being fed through the media or through your thinking in regards to government. But my question to you is this. What if there is a better feeling way? What if it's not that? What if you look at something and the other side feels lighter? What if? Are you happy with where you're at right now? Can you say 150,000% you are content, happy, soul nourished where you're at? In your mindset. I'm not saying like in physical manifestation. I'm talking about in your mindset. For me, I felt stuck. I felt like I was just in a hamster wheel of living a suburban life with redundancy and soul depletion. I was not feeling emotionally fulfilled in the way that my life was going at that time. And I realized that the only person that could make a shift or to make a choice was me. And it wasn't an easy decision. Like, cause once you make the one, it's like, like your intuition or your soul or whatever you want to call it is going to start, like, it'll tell you like, yeah, ding. It'll be like a little like ding, ding, ding. And then it gets louder. I mean, I played with it for a little bit, like, nah, it'll pass, but it didn't. It didn't pass. I was like, shit, I have to do something about this. Because otherwise I would have been on that same path. And I just, there were many, many good things that came from it. But as far as my life went, I just felt trapped. I felt like there was more. I felt like I didn't fit in. I felt like I didn't belong. I felt like I was walking around in like zombie land. I felt unheard. I felt misunderstood. And I'm not saying that's it's because of other people, but when you are in a geographical location where most people are sleeping, as far as being woken up or not, ascension, not spiritual awakening, that whole area of things. It feels like something's missing. It feels like it's just really boring. So here I am in quarantine. It's a freaking net in here. That came from my flowers. And I'm feeling good. So I've been sharing information that I've seen, truth information, validated information from research I've done. And I'm not doing it for an argument, so please, you can save your comments that are rebuttaling things for argument's sake. I don't want to have an argument. I'm not looking for the conflict. It's simply being posted. It's being shared. If you don't agree with it, you can simply, just scroll right past it. You can choose to, I don't really care what you do with it, but attempts to persuade me without anything to back it up is just, it's like, it's going to fall on deaf ears, because I'm not a person that goes with the masses. Clearly, that's pretty obvious by my life circumstances. I do live outside the box. I am a free thinker. I absolutely dwell in possibility. I am a master manifester. So, and all those things are exciting. So why would I want to go back to that mindset? Like, seriously, a person that has created their life in paradise, happy, abundant, why would I go back to that way of thinking? That's absolutely ludicrous. It just, and until you reach that other side, which is freedom, you will probably not really get where I'm coming from, because I've been hearing that. I don't get where you're coming from. Yeah, obviously you don't, and that's okay, but you don't because you're subscribing to a different narrative. And that's okay. I respect that. But please, let's be respectful of where I'm at too, because I'm respectful of people that are still sleeping. And with that said, basically that's just it's like a marker. It's like, okay, yeah, we're not going to connect. It's just we will not connect. And there's even the possibility, because people that are still in sometimes 3D mode are going to be combative and openly wear their conflict on their sleeve. In some ways, I've been called some, pretty ugly, low vibe names, which, whatever. I know me, so it doesn't, I don't care, but it's more reflective of that person. That's why are we going there? Like, we're rising up on this planet, so calling people names is a little elementary. In fact, children probably are more woke nowadays than some adults that get behind their computer and start like calling names and feel, like they need to insert their argument. Well, I'm not listening. So, I mean, we can have a mindful conversation. I'm open to different ways of thinking, because my thinking's changed in the past 6 months. I've researched things and I found information that has opened me up to the idea that, okay, maybe some of the assumptions I had, or maybe some of the mindset I held previously, maybe, there's other things that I can consider. Maybe there's other things that, I should be open to or not. But that's kind of my point, is that, we're ascending to a different level. And this pandemic I've been using as an opportunity to research, to connect deeper with myself, to pay really close attention, and to really just be happy too. That's the most important part, because we really truly never know. So we don't know what's going to happen. We can't control the outcome of, life events that are beyond our control. And it really doesn't matter like who said what, who did what, as far as like in a blaming way. I mean, it's nice to have information for discernment and to assess, but the blame game, a lot of people want to blame, and it's this person's fault. It doesn't matter. We're here now. So blame and the past, it really is irrelevant in many ways, because we're in the present moment. So what are we doing with this present moment? How are we moving forward? So, and that's my intention as a light worker, is to shed light on that, because that's where your strength is. It's in the present. It's not in the past. The future is not here yet. So time's an illusion anyway, guys. So I guess in closing, I just want to remind light workers to keep shining your light. Sometimes collective energies get really heavy, and I feel them, and there are times when, I can get overwhelmed. I mean, sometimes and it doesn't take much for people to be triggered. So I may share a piece of information that I can validate, and it's just like, hey, like, and I've said before, hey, did you see this? And it can trigger the fuck out of people to nastiness. So I'm like, okay, right then and there, that's my cue to back off a little bit, so I'm not taking too much of that negative energy in. But it's not going to make me stop, because when you have it's like I feel like I have to share this, and it's not because it's not from my ego, it's from my heart, it's with love. It's like, pay attention, look at what you're doing, or why are you doing this? Why are you, just why? Ask yourself these questions, and it's not in judgment, it's just to get to the root. Like, what the fuck am I doing? Is this even real? It's critical thinking. It's super valuable. That's where we have power. So again, as far as light working goes, and everyone goes about it a different way. So for me, this has always been my way, truth telling. I've had other circumstances in my life where, the door was slammed in my face, in certain situations, and I'm like, I'm telling you, until finally I'm just like, fine, okay. The universe is saying to me, back off, but don't quit. Remember. And with that said, if it blows up in somebody else's face, that's fine. Maybe it wasn't meant for me to be involved in, but maybe I planted a seed. And in many circumstances, the seed gets planted, and then later, a particular person or other people may come back and, with words of affirmation saying that they benefited from that. So it's never in vain. So sometimes the people that you are directing something to may not be ready to receive it, but you never know who you are affecting. So planting seeds is totally, totally beneficial. So keep your head up, light workers. If you have something to share, that's beneficial and in the light, I think that we should be doing that, because we do have a voice, and if it's something that's in you and it stays and it doesn't go away, there's a reason for that. So trust yourself, use your intuition, trust it, and drink your water, stay in your own lane, be happy. So all my information, like I always say, is in the little box, the whatever that thing is, the little information box that I put in the bottom. My blog is jennifermontgomery.net/lifeisart. You may have to capitalize the life, the is, and the art. I'm still playing with that. Technology is not my favorite thing. Facebook, you can find me, Instagram, YouTube, all my information's there. I'm really excited about my little handy invention that I'm using today, and I hope everyone has an awesome day. Stay in the light, be happy, and yeah. All right. Okay, bye. Have a great day.